One, two, three. We want to welcome everybody to Mom and Dad Talks. Our favorite two people are Mom and Dad. Don't get mad at Mom and Dad or Hanty. They didn't mess it up this time. It was all me. They're safe. They're not buried anywhere, folks. But thank you. But we got a very special guest, Tamika Houston. I'm telling you, Tamika, you were awesome. She's an actor. I believe you're just an actor. You don't sing, right?
I do sing actually.
What? See,
I do.
you didn't tell me this. We could have been having your stuff on my stuff.
Yeah, it's a hobby for now. I haven't done anything in years, but I love to sing.
See, Tamika, I'm telling you, she's a wonderful actor, and we'll talk about the other part, this thing behind us. We're talking about Church Life Chronicles, but before that, Tamika, can you tell the audience a little bit about you and how did you fall in love with acting? And you can bring up the singing too, but just tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Sure. My name is Tamika Houston. I am a California native. I was born in California. Family of four. My father, yes, military father, moved us out to Virginia. From there, I was hooked on to the modeling life, working with a few people such as Michael Lamel and Como. They got me into the acting, I guess, group of people, and I just got the acting bug from there. And so I moved back to California for a few years to do some background work, and I was hooked on it. But it was difficult, a difficult path being out there trying to, pay the bills and do acting and all of that. So I went back home and I met up with Miss Como again and decided to do some plays. And I love doing plays. And from there, I was like, you know what? I really want to do this. So from there, I met you. I met Todd, and that's how it all started. So yeah.
And folks, she's an amazing actor. You have to say actor. I used to say actresses now. I guess that's the terminology. So
Yes.
and trying to get in with the vernacular here. So I'm kind of an outsider coming in. But when we acted together, on the stage play, and I think that was a powerful moment. That's when first got to meet you. I said, you know what? I like Tamika, your spirit. Just your way to attack things. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I mean. And folk, let me tell you something. Well, let's get to this. Let's stay with the acting over there. I mean, before we get to this church life, because she does a phenomenal job. Let me just.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. She does a phenomenal. And so you got the acting bug, and with family and stuff like that. You know, it was you talked about being hard, the struggle. Can you tell the audience a little bit about auditions when you go out there in LA? Can you tell the audience a little bit about that? How it's like, what it's like?
It's difficult. It's thousands of people lined up trying to live their dreams and get that part. And you think you're in it alone, but you're not. You have to be able to stand out, and something has to be very intriguing about you. You say, "Hey," to this person who's casting, what is it that makes you stand out? And so that was definitely hard to do, but you also gain a community, meeting all these people that are in it just like you. And so I enjoyed that journey so much. Even though I didn't get a lot of major roles, I just enjoyed being around people in my circle, people in
Mhm.
my element that I can relate to. And
Yeah.
we're all on this journey together. So that was the basic part of it, was just meeting new people
Hmm.
and saying, hey, we're in this together.
Hmm.
So that was the exciting part for me.
Yeah, and it's an amazing community because unlike singing gets a little bit more doggish. People trying to get
Yes.
some solo parts unless they can really pimp you out. And yes, I use the word pimp on a Christian show, but yes, they do try to pimp you out in music. It's just the culture, like, oh, I can use you because you can help me. It's more selfish, and acting is a little different because it's like, ooh, you can enhance me if I have you in this thing. So it's kind of like if you do your stuff and you make good friends and you're great on the set, and you know what I'm saying. And what I mean by that, let me just take a side piece, people. Your attitude on set really will determine your next pieces. And let me tell you something. I got a lot of directors who come and hit me up. Hey, Todd, what do you think about this person or that person? Some people I can't recommend because the attitude I saw on the set,
Mhm.
what I was working with. You know what I'm saying? I could definitely recommend you. So, all my friends who are directors out there, hit me up or hit Tamika up. We're gonna tell you how you get in
Yes.
contact with her, whatever, and get her on your stuff. And I do have people, who actually pay for movies and stuff that come to me. They're a little bit. In fact, a mother's daughter that was in. Shout out to Roxanne. I played the pastor in it. She actually called me up for a mother's daughter too. Todd, do you know any people? And had I known, Tamika, that you were living in D.C., you've been one of the first people I called up. But I didn't know that because I thought you were in Virginia. And I was like, "Oh snap! I could have hooked my sister up because I work up in the DC area. That's where most of my filming goes. That's where my connections are."
My
And
bad.
you know what I'm saying? I was like, "Well, that's my fault. We didn't stay in touch long enough to keep in touch." You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And before we get to the Church Life Chronicles piece, uh, any famous people you worked with? Can you tell us a little bit? And what was it like working with them? Can you tell our audience?
Sure. The first person I worked with, I was an extra on CSI New York, and I met Hill Harper, and I was totally blown away. I had a very short role, but he was very down to earth. When we spoke, he was like, "Hey, I like your outfit. Can I borrow it?" I'm like, "No, can't borrow my outfit." But he was a very cool, down to earth guy. I worked with Monique
Oh,
Parker. It was a background
hmm
set also, so I really
hmm
didn't get a chance to have that main role. But just being on set with her was an amazing experience as well. But overall, I worked with at least 5 or 6 different
hmm
people. But I'd have to say one person I really enjoyed working with was Hill Harper. He was hilarious.
Yeah, and tell you folk, it was a phenomenal thing. And like I said, Tamika, she's a wonderful person to work with. Now that I know you like singing, we're gonna have to get that back up too. Because with the church life, we do need songs. Amen. So submit your songs
Amen.
to us. We'll see if we get on the church life, folk. I can't pay you yet, you know what I'm saying? That's why we putting a little cash app up there. But when we do, we're gonna take care of you. Tamika, and that's what I love about you guys. You're my road dogs. But now we're gonna get on to your next project here, Church Life Chronicles. I want you all to see this trailer over here. We're gonna talk about. I'm excited about it. I hope you are as much as I do. But let me tell you something, Tamika. The thing I saw. Well, you know what? Let's just show the trailer, and then we're gonna talk about it. All right?
All
Here
right.
we go.
This is not one of those visits.
I just think the whole church doesn't like it.
I didn't know. What type of Bible studies you holding up there anyway?
Come on now, somebody had to say it.
Well, what did he say?
That his sermons were blasphemous. And listen, get this. He had an affair.
But as for tomorrow, let's just say you're in for a reckoning.
Every day. Look, honestly, I don't really pray enough.
Tamika, the chemistry with you and Devontae on this set, it just brings sparks. I mean, you can see it on camera. Now, folk, Tamika and Devontae are not first lady, and he's not a pastor, but they played this role so well. It showed on the set. I mean, you played that first lady so well. I mean,
Thank
wow.
you.
When you all see the second one, folks, I mean, it's phenomenal. And like I said, you came all the way for the. I mean, she is dedicated, folks. And like I said, I'll recommend her on any set. So all my fellow friends out there, especially in the DC, the DMV area, she's available. And
Yes.
when you do, take care of my girl because she's professional. She'll show up and she'll do her thing. But talk to me a little audience a little bit. What was your favorite scene in the movie? Can't give it all away, but what was your favorite? One of your favorite scenes in the movie, if you can say one?
The favorite scene was when we were actually discussing, how you should go about addressing the situation in church. And Devontae is very down to earth, very sweet, and he really speaks to the character of the pastor because you see him trying to be very calm about it, but not show his real skin.
Yeah.
And me being the pastor's wife, I know him deep down how he is. Like he can be that sweet teddy bear, but he has that, underneath that, that scary part of him, like, don't test me. And so I know this, but I don't think our viewers would know this until later on that, hey, he's calm right now, but, you don't know what's going to happen.
And like I said, the chemistry when we saw it on when I saw it on the cameras, they were editing. It's like, wow, this is something special. And you guys played a first, in my opinion, and being an elder and working with a lot of pastors and stuff, you played that first lady like a first lady in
Thank
that situation. So hopefully the first lady, I'm not trying to say, you ain't playing, but I mean, that was really good. It was like, wow. Like I said, you can see the
you.
facial expressions, the look on it, the encouragement that you give them at times. I mean, folk,
It
she's
felt great.
phenomenal. Yeah.
It felt really great. I felt really comfortable in that scene with him because working with him is awesome. Like he's an awesome person to work with, and I felt very comfortable in that element. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then I mean, I'm not trying to give the whole thing out, folks. I'm just gonna give a piece of it out. That one scene when the deacon shows up. I'm just gonna
oh,
call it like that. And your facial expression. That was not a first lady. That's what a first lady does when she says, you know what, forget this. And the fact that, let me just tell everybody this. Tamika is extremely polished. You can see she's very eloquent. But then, we showed the ghetto side, the LA side.
right.
Oh, for a hot second there. And I love it because it came out so smooth and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta see it. I'm not trying to give everything away. But Tamika, you did such a wonderful job on it, and I was glad to have you a part of this, and God have you be a part of this. And I'm glad you came all the way down from DC to the area to shoot it, and you did this twice. And we're gonna do more. Just want to
Yeah.
warn everybody ahead of time, because at Church Life Chronicles, we have different type of churches. Okay, just want to let everybody know that. So if you want to be in it, we have different church life crime. But this church right here, I think is going to be one of the favorites of a lot of people. It was my favorite. I want to see if people could up the game and stuff. Cause I got some folk up in DC. They think they can run it a little bit. They're like, oh, they
Uh-oh.
got inspired. Oh, y'all did this. Oh, we can do better than that. So I'm gonna get my DC people. We're gonna do some church life and up there too. And it's not, there's no competition. It's just iron sharpen iron. That's the way I look at it.
Yes.
And you're gonna fall in love when you see this thing. You're gonna fall in love. So before we leave, Tamika, how do people get a hold of you if they need to say, I need this sister to act for me?
You can check for me on Facebook. Tamika Houston is my name on Facebook, and also Instagram is under Mika Love 23.
Mhm. Yes, so please, DM her, what I'm saying? Like I said, my legit people, come on now. Take care of my sister, what I'm saying? I try and this is what I want to say, folk. She's got a sweetheart and the pleasantry and you're coachable. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
That's what I love about it. But one thing I want to encourage people that when you do have people there taking their time, if you can't pay them, try to take care of them, feed them, because it gives them encouragement. You know what I'm saying? People like saying, "Well, Ty, why you do?" They may not eat. It's not about that, folks. The fact is, I'm giving my best to them for what I can give, and they know that when I can do better, I'll show better.
Right.
And you all knew I was open and honest. Be open and honest with people. If you don't have it, just be honest. Look, I don't have it. The worst thing you can do to people like talent like yourself is to say, and you've been on sets. She's been on LA sets,
Yes.
folks. She's been on the real stuff. Okay.
Yes,
All right, not
for
the
sure.
makeshift stuff like she's been on that too. Like, hey, we gonna try to make it work, everybody. We're gonna make it like $1 million. But this came out to be so good, and like I said, I got the other ones we're trying to get out, and I was just fortunate enough to shout out to Pierre and his wife, Joy, Manny, and them, for being able to follow through and finish. Because a lot of people promised me stuff.
Hmm.
I'm not talking about them just like saying they weren't able to complete what they said they were going to do, and I will have to give a shout out to that. But any final thoughts before we are done with mom and dad talks for today, Tamika?
Just thank you very much, Todd, for giving me opportunity to do this because honestly, I've been praying about getting back into it for a long time. And to have this call just randomly, I was just like, wow, I've been praying for this because I didn't know how to get back into it. I know that I love to do it passionately.
Yeah,
And I have a full-time job. I have a son at home. And as we get older, we have more responsibilities. And I just didn't know how that was going to fit into my life at this point in
yeah.
time. And so just getting that call out of the blue,
Whew.
I was like, this is God. This is God. And so I am so thankful to you, to your wife. Just I love her to death. She's so sweet, by the way.
Thank
She's
you.
amazing. I love her. But
I
just
love
that
it too.
whole welcoming,
Mhm.
loving energy that I get from you guys. And it felt like we had never stopped communicating. It's
Yeah.
been years. So I just want to thank you for that. And I am so ready to just get back into it. I love it.
We'll get ready because something's about ready to happen. Can't talk about it right now. But guys, please, $ K Todd Hunt, TODD is 2 D's Hunt. If you want to contribute, I'll put it up there for you, whatever, so you can keep this ministry going. It's changing lives. Hey, if everybody can support the Chosen, hey,
Yes.
we're gonna go by faith. I'm sure I got somebody out there that said, Todd, I believe in what God's gonna give you all. But this is if you get a chance to watch this, folk, it's something special. It'll be at the Kwanzaa Film Festival in December.
Yes.
If you're able to make it up to New York, it's gonna be in there.
Yes.
I hope you all enjoy it and like it. But until next time, we'll see you on Mom and Dad Talks.
Bye.